What's up, y'all? Smash those likes, hit that subscribe, because it's about that time. It's official. Jason House is now the mayor of Dalton. Tiffany Henyard, she's out. Thank God. Big congratulations to everyone who made this happen. Clean. House, the residents, and the people who've had boots on the ground since day one. Also, shout out to the YouTubers who helped spread the word and expose Tiffany Henyard's mess. It honestly felt good to see that yesterday. Real good. For the first time in a long time, the people of Dalton can breathe a little. It finally feels like they're in good hands now. But even with that win, there's still some mess that needs cleaning up, like Andrew Holmes and his ignorant self. Yeah, he showed up, still technically a trustee. I couldn't believe that. Man didn't say a word, or maybe I missed it. I watched most of the meeting, but I don't think Holmes spoke at all. And another dark spot? Blue, black, brown. Man, you were riding too hard for Tiffany. Way too hard. I still don't trust you. Not even a little. So the first thing Jason House and his team need to do is vote out both Holmes and blue-black. Replace them with people the community can trust. Because these two? They're liabilities. They've got to go if Dalton wants a real fresh start. Now, while all this was going on, guess who's been completely silent? Yeah, Tiffany Henyard. This woman was loud and arrogant, acting like she couldn't lose, until she lost. And now? Crickets. She vanished, skipped meetings for a month or more, straight up abandoned her duties. But you can bet she still cashed those checks. Oh yeah, she didn't miss a beat on that. But with Jason House officially sworn in, a new door opens, and that door leads straight to Mr. Patel and the FBI. That's what they call a probe, right? Because that's exactly what it is. The feds are now digging deep. They've already been sniffing around Dalton and Thornton Township 3 separate times. If you think they're coming out all those times for nothing, you're dreaming. They're watching Henyard and her whole crew, especially Leticia. Yeah, dumbass Leticia, front and center. They're on him about that St. Patrick's restaurant and those shady youth programs. If you think Tiffany's walking away from this with no consequences, you're out of your mind. I highly doubt she avoids prison. The feds don't knock 3 times unless they're about to kick the damn door down. So yeah, while it's great, seeing Jason House as mayor and the people of Dalton smiling again, I'm still waiting on the real ending. Henyard going to prison, that's what I want to see. That's the justice the people deserve. We don't need loudmouths disrespecting residents anymore, acting like they own the town. Those days are done. Dalton finally has someone that can represent them right. I'm truly happy for Dalton. I really think the city's going to move in a better direction now. The vibe is shifting. People are hopeful. There's one big stain, though. Those 2 clowns, Holmes and blue-black. Why would you even keep that kind of energy around? Doesn't make sense. Clean House 2025 should mean fully clean, not halfway. Keeping Andrew Holmes around after all this is like buying fresh new sneakers and stepping in dog shit as soon as you leave the store. Sure, you can wipe it off, but that stench lingers. You've ruined something new before it even had a chance. That's what Holmes represents. If I were them, I'd get rid of him, immediately. Man's got baggage and it stinks. What's up, y'all? Go ahead and smash that like button, hit that subscribe. It's finally official. Jason House is now the mayor of Dalton. Tiffany Henyard is out. Gone. Thank God. Big congratulations to the people of Dalton, especially the folks behind Clean House. Major props to the residents who stayed consistent and kept the pressure on for the past 4 years. And shout out to the YouTubers too. They played a real part in exposing Tiffany's mess. It felt good watching that unfold yesterday. Real good. The people of Dalton finally got something to smile about. But let's be real, the fight isn't over just yet. There are still loose ends that need tying up, like Andrew Holmes and his ignorant self still hanging around. I couldn't believe he had the nerve to show up. Technically, he's still a trustee, but I didn't hear him say a damn thing. Did I miss it? I watched most of the meeting, and Holmes stayed quiet, like he knew better. And then there's Blue, Black, Brown. Man, let me tell you something. He was too deep in Tiffany's corner to trust him now. Dude was one of her biggest cheerleaders. just nodding and agreeing with every wild thing she did. I wouldn't trust him at all. That's why Jason House and his team need to clean house for real. Start by voting out both Andrew Holmes and Blue Black. Replace them with people who actually deserve the seat, people who aren't compromised. Tiffany Henyard has been dead silent through all of this. Remember all that loud talking she was doing before, like she had the win in the bag? That all vanished real quick when she got her ass handed to her. Ever since, she's gone missing. No more meetings, no more appearances. Just disappeared. But let's be real, you know she still cashed them paychecks. She never misses that part. That silence, though? That's the quiet before the storm, and that storm is spelled FBI. Now that Jason House is sworn in, the door is wide open for Mr. Patel to get to work. And by work, I mean digging, probing. That's what the FBI does best, shine a light where it hurts. And trust me, Tiffany and her whole crew are about to get lit up, especially Leotis. That fool's neck deep in the mess with St. Patrick's restaurant and the youth program. The feds have already been to the Thornton Township area 3 times. Y'all think they doing all that for nothing? Nah, she's going to prison. I'm just being real. I highly doubt she's walking away from all this clean. You don't get visited by the feds multiple times and walk away smiling. It just doesn't work like that. So yeah, while it's great to see Jason House in the mayor's seat and the people of Dalton breathing fresh air again, this ain't over. It's just the beginning. Tiffany's drama is still unfolding, and it's only a matter of time before we see the rest of that story come crashing down. Dalton finally got someone respectable. Someone the community can be proud of. No more loud, ignorant nonsense. No more acting like the people work for the mayor instead of the other way around. That era is done. That alone is worth celebrating. But let's not ignore the mess still hanging on. Andrew Holmes is like stepping in dog on mar with a brand new pair of sneakers. You can clean it off, but that smell sticks with you. That's what he is to this administration, unwanted baggage. If I were Jason House, I'd clean that up immediately. Holmes and Blue Black got to go. You don't want trash following your administration. It's already a delicate moment, and those two are liabilities. People already raising questions. You can't have folks doubting your movement this early on. And let's not forget how deep Blue Black was riding for Tiffany, agreeing with everything she said like a sidekick. Nah, Dalton needs a clean slate, and that starts with cutting dead weight. Anyway, let's move on to other news. Look at this woman right here. She must want to go to prison. That's the only explanation. Young Tish is practically begging for a jail cell. And honestly, she ain't the only one. A lot of these Democrat women are moving wild. They're so busy going after Trump, they can't even keep their own dirt clean. That's the part that kills me. Hypocrites all day long. Leticia James, for example, she's already in hot water over these mortgage documents. Signing off on fake info just to get better interest rates? That's illegal activity right there. And when confronted, all she can say is, "Those are baseless accusations." Come on now. You gotta do better than that. Witnesses saw her sign fraudulent papers, and she never even lived in the house tied to the mortgage. Even worse, she dragged her own staff into it. That's a whole other level of dumb. Honestly, I'm ready to start a coalition for better-looking politicians. Some of these people are flat out hard to look at. Take Nancy Pelosi. She looks like Halloween. Mitch McConnell? Dude looks like he should have retired in 1997. Why are these ancient politicians still running the country? They look half dead and work even less. And yet they're making decisions for millions of people? It's ridiculous. This country's power is in the hands of a few, and a lot of them look like they're one bad sneeze away from collapsing. Some of them need to retire, plain and simple. I don't care how long you've served. If you can't think straight, you don't belong in office. Now, Leticia James is catching heat. She's not quite as wild as Tiffany Henyard, but she's dumb in her own right, running around talking about immigrants and Trump while ignoring her own mess. Let's listen to her little speech, talking about 9/11 heroes and kids losing Head Start programs like that's what people asked her about. Nobody's buying that sob story, Tish. It sounds like you're just trying to deflect. And those programs, half the country doesn't even know what they do. Sounds more like unnecessary fat getting trimmed. But don't use that to dodge the real issue. We want answers about your mortgage fraud. Let's talk about how your father's name allegedly appeared on your mortgage as your husband. That's next level crazy. You're the attorney general. You know damn well all of that is illegal. So how do you explain it? And why do taxpayers have to fund your legal defense? If charges are being brought against you, you should pay for your own lawyer. But no, the public doesn't get a say. We just have to foot the bill for your legal mess. That's what makes people mad. Regular folks don't get that luxury, so why should you? You made the decisions. Now face the consequences on your own. Dime, someone tell me in the comments, how the hell does that work? You don't want that baggage following your administration. It's already in bad shape. You had people asking him questions. No, you don't need that guy. And let's be honest, you probably don't need Blue Black either. He was one of Tiffany's closest allies, agreeing with everything she said, just going along with it. It's time to get rid of him, too. Anyway, in other news, this woman right here, she wants to go to prison. Yeah, young Tish, Leticia James. Let's be real, there's no other explanation. A lot of these Democratic women are heading down the same road. They're obsessed with Trump, but haven't cleaned up their own mess. We've already heard about the mortgage fraud. She allegedly signed documents, made things up to secure better interest rates, just illegal activity all around. And all she has to say is, these are baseless accusations. No, we need more than that. Because this report says that not only did she sign fraudulent documents, but her team witnessed it too. She never even lived in that house. And then her father's name allegedly appears on the mortgage as her husband. How does that even happen? Leticia James is the attorney general. She knows this stuff is illegal. Yet here we are. And to make it worse, she's reportedly using taxpayer money to cover her legal fees. That shouldn't even be legal. Shouldn't she be paying for that herself? She talks about children losing meals, foster families having no support, and parents having to choose between jobs and their kids. Then she blames the current administration for gutting mental health programs, suicide hotlines, Meals on Wheels, reproductive services, you name it. Sorry, Tish, I'm not buying it. It doesn't sound sincere. Not after you said illegal immigrants have constitutional rights in the U.S. How does that even work? If we go to their countries, we don't get any special rights. Break the law over there? You go straight to prison. Meanwhile, we've got illegal immigrants terrorizing neighborhoods here, and you want us to believe you care about kids and communities? That's not your reality. They're not living in your neighborhood. You might have an address there on paper, but we all know you're not actually living in those places, and that's why they're investigating you, Tish. You keep throwing stones, but your own house is a mess. Clean your own house before you go after others. We all know the charges against Trump, yet he's still not in prison. And here you are, still filing lawsuits on taxpayer dollars, trying to go after him. That road might just lead you to prison instead. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Smash that like button and hit subscribe.